On to action items. We need to take action to approve individual employment contracts for 2014-15.
Also move.
Second.
Moved by Doug, seconded by Dawn. Any questions or comments? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. Take action to accept employee resignations.
So moved.
Second.
By Dawn, seconded by Dan. Any questions or comments on these? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, unanimous, unanimous. Take action to acknowledge receipt of the 2013-14 student bullying seclusion restraint data.
Also moved.
Second.
By Dawn, seconded by Dan. This was forwarded to us on July 8th. Any questions or comments?
August 8th.
August 8th? Okay. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye, unanimous, nay. Take action to approve the open enrollment exception applications. That's the last one. From open enrollment exception applications.
Also move.
Second.
Moved by Doug, seconded by Dawn. Any questions or comments? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. Then we want to take action on our 4K program design.
I would like a motion that we approve 4K design utilizing the school facilities we currently pay for and currently spend money on insuring, and we have better and close control on who is in front of the children, what the children are doing, thereby we use our facility together.
I'll second that, Bob.
Moved by Dan, seconded by Doug. Questions, comments, Gordon?
I'd like to make a couple of comments. Dan's said quite a bit of it, but we also have the technology in-house already. Also with the 5K here, it'll be a lot smoother transition being in-house where they can work with the teachers on 5K. Plus, if the student needs special, like speech or something, they're already in our building here.
I'd like to see us partner. I'd be okay with some of our 4K program being within our buildings, but I'd like to see us partner with our outside agencies, those that can become certified to do so. I think they often, some of them have our children from birth, well, when they go there, not exactly from birth, but I don't want to go there. But maybe, by the age that the family decides to put them there, and until they would be 4. So I think remaining in those facilities would be beneficial, the consistency of that. I also hope one day we run out of space in our schools again and enrollment goes up and we need to partner. So starting those relationships now would be beneficial. And I think we definitely have quality agencies in the community who could work with us on that. It would help us for them to collaborate with us more in knowing what we're looking for in our students, and I think they have the staff to do that. So I'd like to see us hold it in both our schools and also in the public facilities.
I agree with Dawn. I was hoping we would be getting a little more input from the community and our daycare providers, preschool providers. I was hoping we'd establish some criteria and at least see if they were interested in becoming part of the process. Maybe we could even avoided having a vote like this. If nobody was interested, it would have answered the question for us. I do understand the position of the other board members. There are benefits of providing 4K in-house. I just hope we're not making this decision based on our own bias, and we're really looking at all the information that we can get. What method does the community prefer? Which method is most beneficial to the students? Which method is most cost effective? I don't think we've really looked at that between outsourcing and doing it in-house. And just overall, what's the best for Waterford? I guess I voted for doing this in the 15-16 school year because I thought it gave us more time to meet with residents, meet with the providers, do that sort of due diligence before making this decision. Because honestly, if this is really what it came down to, kind of what we thought about it, we probably could have voted on that same day and maybe kicked it off this year already. So I think, I'm not sure why we waited now. I guess at the end of the day, I just don't feel more enlightened about this decision than I did 3 months ago. That's kind of where I'm at.
I too wrestled with this. I love the simplicity of us doing it totally in-house. But I'm agreeable to partnering with the outside community if they can meet our criteria. If the criteria we establish has to be published and they have to make application, and it's going to be stiff criteria, but I'm willing to give it a try. Partner. Any other comments? Are we ready to vote?
As a clarification, what you stated is not a motion for,
Doug, please.
Doug and I have a motion on either you amend the motion or you do something.
All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed to the motion signify by saying nay.
Nay.
Nay. Got the people who know those votes?
Tom and yourself against.
So does anybody want to make a new motion?
I'll make a motion that we will design the 4K program within our school buildings and also partnering with outside agencies who meet our stated requirements.
Is there a second?
I said.
Motion by Dawn, seconded by Tom. Any further comments or questions?
Well, I guess that's not it, because the other question is now, we were saying some will and some won't meet the requirements. Now we are saying maybe Whitfield parents may or may not have a program at Whitfield, but everything could in-house. And now you're going to be transporting students from the other side of the school district over to Trailside possibly. Sounds like a sporadic chaos.
I think it'll become organized once we know which, outside agencies we're working with and that criteria is set. And we can problem solve the bus as we go.
But here's the problem with that, is so you've got a parent now that has a 4-year-old that may send an extra and choose a local provider. You may have 3 years of people that say, no, I want to send my students to that local provider. And they live in that area, so now where do those students go to? They don't go to the school with their brothers and sisters. They could go anywhere else in the district. It makes no sense.
I hope that the numbers and the data lead us to those solutions.
Okay.
Any other comments?
I'll go back to the comment I made in committee, us having a lot more control. You have a daycare, little Johnny's there and the teacher grabs little Johnny, well, a parent gets upset. Not only is that daycare going to be sued, we're going to be sued. We don't have control because we aren't having people in there. We're just going by what they're saying. Plus, if it's religious, because of separation of state and religion, they can't have anything in there about religion when the kids are going into the building. I know several daycares when you walk in do, which unfortunately would eliminate that. And the other thing is they would have to have dedicated rooms, I believe, just for the 4K. Is that right? Which, if you look at most of our daycares, they don't have a room that they can dedicate just to 4K.
Well, I guess that kind of goes with what I was saying, and maybe more basic at this point, is establishing this criteria. And part of it is a bullet sheet of everything you just listed. And
I would
say,
like- yeah.
okay, this is what you need. We establish this, we take it out there. I mean, we're not dealing with that many preschools and daycares here and say, here, this is the deal. This is what we would expect. Is this something you're interested in? Yes, no.
And
If everybody says no, then okay,
I'll have to echo your those sentiments. I thought when we came back in August, we'd say daycare X, Y, and Z, we're interested in, we meet the criteria. These other two said, no, they weren't interested. We
right.
don't have that.
I thought that's kind of where we were.
Or do we want to table this
initially
and
with it.
see which daycares would be interested?
I guess my question on this is, you're already paying for a facility, a lot of money for paying for a facility, a lot of upkeep, we know that. Putting boilers in is not inexpensive. So when you portion out to another institution to educate the children, of which you're already charging the facility charge to the local taxpayer, the insurance charge to the local taxpayer, everything that encompasses that, and all the upkeep, and now you're going to say, we'll disregard that, and we're going to go to another institution and pay them the cost of their upkeep, facility charge, and everything else. We'll give that money to them to keep theirs up when we're already keeping ours up. Double charge to the local taxpayer. That's where I'm looking at it from.
That all comes down to meeting our criteria.
And what we're willing to pay. And that comes into it too. I mean, if we say we're willing to pay tax dollars per student, which may be cost effective for us and it may be for a daycare provider, great, that's wonderful. You know, I would love to get that. I can meet the criteria, I can do it for that cost and for that amount, and wonderful, let's move forward. Or they may say, you know what, it's not gonna cut it, I'm not gonna put the money into the facility, it's not gonna work. But I guess it comes back to, can't we just come up with that criteria and say, here it is, let's kind of see where we're at. And that's kind of where, like Doug had mentioned, I thought we were kind of originally going with that in our conversations of determining which one is better, is determining those criteria. And, you know, Kathy, you got together a lot of information, and with that information, developing that criteria and taking it to the provider and saying, okay, here it is, are you interested?
So we have a motion on the floor. We can either vote to approve the motion, we can vote against the motion, and come up with a further motion to do a further analysis.
We could table and come up with analysis that we have this information for our next meeting. Because it would be nice to know, you know, maybe the daycares do, maybe they don't, or maybe only one does, which would help for the planning, like Dan said.
I guess I just don't want to be in a situation 3 more months from now where we kind
Yeah,
of
that's why we got to move
already
on, but
had this, the same discussion probably 3 months ago.
we did 2 months ago.
2 months ago, and do it over again. If we're going to change the motion, I think we should be very specific and say, okay, we want, the motion is, we want the criteria and who's interested by this, and that's going to determine how we vote for in-house or for not.
You made a
Be a
motion.
secret.
You made a motion.
Right.
So now we're going to have an amendment to the motion.
Amend the motion that by September 15th, our committee meeting for PNC, that we will have the criteria and responses from our local agencies, if they would be able to meet that criteria, to hold and partner with us for the 4K program for 15-16 school year.
You're making an amendment to the original motion. I mean, it's almost a new motion, it's not really,
We can vote on that.
you know what I'm saying?
It's an amendment to the motion. We need a second.
I would second for amendment, but I don't know how that cleans up the original motion.
Because we
I
vote
feel
on the
better
amendment.
putting that on the table before we vote for the first.
No, I understand it, I agree.
Right.
No, I understand that, your amendment, I understand that, but as a point of order thing, the original one, you have to say, I'm going to strike these words out, get rid of this portion, and insert this, and put an amendment. So what I'm saying, you're basically saying scrap the original motion, here's the amended motion, which I'm okay with. and I'll second that amendment. But that would clarify that we would tell Kathy what exactly is needed to be asked of or told to the outside agencies, which is what her question was, which I brought up at the last meeting, which is, why didn't we have the information? Kathy said we needed more definitive information to give to the outside agency to say this is what you will be required to supply. So my question would be therefore, how would Kathy know that between now and then? What I would say is we include in this motion that we go forward having Kathy ask the outside agency if you were to supply what we have now for all our existing K-5 programs as a K-4 program, including the technical things, the iPads, the data structure, all the things they currently have. What would be the thing? And currently, take into account that we give free the reduced stop lunch program on our site. So,
Work days are.
They're only here for 3 hours and
And
only 4 days a week.
We do no time for that, I think.
Kathy, do
So-
you feel you have enough information from what you gather from the other districts that you can put together a criteria?
I guess what I'm would be asking you is if you want to have that all done by September 15th, then you are asking me to make a contract without your input as to all the criteria that they have to have, and then submit that to the daycare preschools to find out if they want to do that. I just want to be clear, then I would do that and come to you with the contract that I created and whether or not they're going to agree to that. I'm not so sure.
I know that's a contract we're looking for. They're interested if they needed supplies.
Well, it's got to be pretty specific, or they wouldn't know if they could do it or not.
Can we come together as a board before then?
I think we're looking to you to provide the checklist. Present it to us, we'll critique, and then out it goes.
Okay, so that wouldn't be able to be done out to the daycare preschools by September 15th, because we wouldn't have another meeting before September
We are
15th.
meeting
Can we do,
August 27th.
I have no problem looking at the email, if that's what it is.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, that would be fun. I just said that. We could do it by email if we had to, just to, go over your.
can we add policy?
I guess, as administrators, board members, you need to understand we're trying to dance with you. And it's getting into a spot here that it's unclear as to how much input we want. We want an end product, but yet we're also unclear from the administrative standpoint how much input you want to give to board members. So either you want us to do this and come back to you, have another meeting, and then have another meeting, which is fine. Or you just want us to take care of it and come back to you on September 15th and say this is it.
I'd like you
The
to,
bottom line is that we need clarity as to how much input you want as committee members. Because it changes on a regular basis, and it's really hard for us to do our jobs when it's unclear.
I think, I'm looking for a checklist that we can quickly critique.
okay, let's make a list, we'll look at it.
Be
and see if-
sent out by email, and then we can have our meeting in 10 minutes, we're done.
But here, let's clarify this now. Send Kathy before, she'll say, based on the classes, let's say 10 students. The problem will be is that daycare may say, yeah, that works fine, but then you come back and this is a non-required thing on parents' part, right? You might wind up with 5 students at that location, which may be not a possibility for that daycare provider to run a 4-day class, right? So
And
now you
that's
put
part
yourself
I
of
don't
in
know
a
what's the issue
position.
with the criteria, though.
You have to set a minimum.
Well, so then are you
These
gonna
10 kids.
supplement if they don't get more than 5 kids? Are you gonna pay them for non-kids? Or what are you gonna do to say this is gonna work like
I'd
that?
say you either qualify or you don't. You have enough kids, one of the parameters is you have to have 10 kids to be considered,
Okay,
you know,
but-
whatever the number is, I don't know.
No, and I understand that. What I'm saying though is, let's say you put forth $40,000-$50,000 out of your pocket as a daycare provider to start a 4K program. Hire a teacher ahead of time, obviously. Get things all organized, get things running with the school district, and 5 parents sign up.
But again, that's where if we put together the list, we show it to a daycare provider, I have to imagine having run the business for a decent amount of time to be able to look at it and say, you know what, this is bananas, I'm never gonna be able to do it, or, oh yeah, this could be something that's totally doable, I can get 10 kids, I can make this work. If we put together the list, I think this will solve a lot of our
Yeah, I think that was a non-answer.
deliberations.
I mean, you're a business guy. You can't run with 2 students in a room.
That would be.
Right,
No,
but we
but
also
we can-
can't have.
So,
like,
We need to set that number.
So
I would say, okay, how many kids do I need, and then I would do the math. I mean,
Okay, so what you're saying is Kathy's feedback to them should say this is what they need for a minimum number of students in their classroom at their facility.
yes, I think I should.
And we also talked about, Kathy shared with us that we could use like parent-teacher open house and other places that we could get the word out so they could sign up, so we would know the number of students there, which would answer your question too. So that's another way we could have it before they move forward with hiring staff and any different things that they would need to make it worth everybody's
I
time.
mean, every year these daycares and preschools are marketing themselves, advertising, trying to get more students. They can look at this as a potential benefit to their business, that they can now say they're, you know, part of the system and it's an official 4-day class and they can get more students. I mean, this is all of the things that they're gonna have to decide, but if we at least give them the template and say, okay, here, this is what you have to do, that should help them make their decision.
We also, I mean, there's 93% of our school districts in Wisconsin are doing this. We have a lot of other districts we can talk to about some of these hurdles and roadblocks that they've taken away already for us.
Burlington just started theirs up. and they're-
This area,
Right.
Muskego has one. And I believe it's a blended, if I, they have one daycare, in fact, the one daycare in the, Wind Lake added a room on just for their 4K.
Okay. Do I have a clarification of the current motion?
Can I ask a question? Yes.
Would you like to answer the transportation question that we talked about during the committee meeting? Or do you want to keep transportation costs as a separate issue yet at this time? Are we talking about students that are in the, I mean, at the committee, we talked about students in the trail side area could choose to go to partners in that area if they choose, if they're going to partner with us, and otherwise they would go to trail side? Or are you looking at parents, so would you only provide transportation within the elementary zones? Or are you talking about providing transportation across zones at this time?
I think that we can go.
I think within the zones, but I'd also, again, like to look at the data that you compiled from the other districts and look at, I mean, there's much bigger districts than us, you know, spaced
Most of
further
them
apart.
do zones,
Okay, then that would probably do.
or they have to bus themselves.
Okay.
Most daycares, bigger ones out of the area, have their own vans that they bus themselves.
Okay. And I'm sure a lot of kids at those daycares probably get there a lot earlier than school traditionally starts.
I was gonna say, if the parents already are at the daycares, they're already dropping them off. So, you know.
We have a convoluted motion on A.
I don't, because I was going to get it off of here.
Yeah.
Everyone has to repeat their motion.
All right, so what I think I said was
Is this
that,
the original one, or the?
The amendment.
Amended one.
that by September 15th, we would have the criteria established for the outside agencies, and at that policy and curriculum committee meeting, be able to know which outside agencies would be able to meet that criteria.
Let me clarify something. I seconded that. Let me clarify something. Neither one of these are really a motion. This is a tabling, pushing it back to committee. Because that's what we're voting on. We're going to review this in committee, right? So you can't make a business motion on a non-motionable thing. is what I'm saying. I understand what you're getting at, and I would like more information, as you would, and I even said that in committee. But at this point, we're not really determining anything other than saying we all agree we should push it back to committee, is what we should do. give Kat a directive of what we want by the September 15th meeting,
Emailing us the information.
right? Because we're not actually paying.
Well, for the lack of the other motion, aren't you, because you didn't pass the other motion, so to me, you're saying that you're willing to have partners in your 4K program.
Fortunately, I'm saying that, but apparently we want more data.
Should we sway?
So I would say until we see data, I
Can
can't
we
see
just
that.
make a directive then that we have the information emailed to us as to what the checklist will be? Then can you get back to us at our next regular committee meeting on the 15th?
We'll certainly attempt to do that by next week.
You know, if we get that, we can always email you back if we disagree with something, or, you know, an email, what the other board members think about that. Just emailing us the checklist.
I'd love to see that. So that prior to the meeting and,
Yes.
and it makes sense if we see anything glaring.
Send the email back, otherwise you can say, this is what we are looking at, this is the checklist. If you think you can meet these requirements, let me know, and we'll give that information to the committee.
Technically, it would be, because we can't, we have
And
four.
I'm on for review.
Okay.
So, but if we
But
could even
we
come
can
together on the
also see it.
27th for 15 minutes to look at that, you know, in order to look at a committee, and Kathy's done a nice job of talking to the other districts already, so I think it's more of that we're all informed and understand what's moving forward for me, more than that we're approving the criteria or those things, just that we understand what's on it.
Okay, so I guess my question, still back to it, I don't know where this motion really sits, because we're making a motion on an item which we're not actually solving, because we want to come back to committee and talk about the item we're trying to make a motion, which in my case, I would say, I can't vote on what I don't know. So I would rather say rescind the original motions, push it back to committee, and have this discussion before I vote on it, just because we may find that only one daycare provider can satisfy the requirements that Kathy may come up with, that we all look at.
To keep as close to Robert's Rules of Order as we can, we need to rescind the motion.
Yes.
Or call the question.
Well,
Well, we got the motion now, we're next going to call the question, I'd rather rescind my second, and thereby,
I will rescind my motion.
we'll rescind the original motion. So we currently have no motion.
Correct.
Okay, so you're rescinding the motion.
Yes.
I would recommend that therefore this is pushed back to, I don't know what the date we push this.
Do you want to table?
PNC
Are you talking
on the
table?
27th.
That'd be fine.
Table, yeah.
It's kind of a joint thing, PNC and PNS, so we're looking at the figures and the data, the dollar amounts, in addition to the quality of what they're offering and what we're requesting.
That's fine, I just need to know if you're tabling it or not.
Yes,
So,
we are.
the PNC or PNL?
PNC.
we're going to be most anxious to see how you write this up.
Dave,
Still listen to the recording.
That was the last action item. Does anyone else have anything that they need to bring to the board this evening?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion to adjourn by Doug, seconded by Dan. Anybody does not want to adjourn? All those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.